Hey everyone, it's Jack from Cultaholic back again with another news video with Ross. Ross, how are you now?
I am so excited. I've just seen the stories we've got coming up today, Jack, and this video has got all of the hallmarks of an absolute classic. Get on with it. Come on.
Aye. Here's some headlines. First of all, a wrestler has appeared in both WWE and AEW. We'll explain in a second. Also, AEW have announced 2 new roster signings. And finally, we have an update on the planned WWE Draft. More on that in just a bit. So, first of all, it's been reported in a few places online and picked up on Reddit as well. The same wrestler appeared for WWE and AEW, Ross.
Rick Rude is back from... No, that's not true at all. I've not got the article in front of me here, Jack, so if you wouldn't mind saying the name, that would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's Kelsey Heather, the new Rick Rude, the Rick Rude of a new generation, because she became the first wrestler since AEW started, way back in 2019 now, to appear on both shows at the same time. Basically what happened was she was having a match with Layla Hirsch on Dark Elevation, but you know what else happens on a Monday Night Raw. But you might be thinking, hang on, I don't know about a Kelsey Heather on Monday Night Raw. She's not actually an active member of the WWE roster at the minute. She is in fact one of the ladies who MVP has sort of got to boost Bobby Lashley's morale and sort of hang around them and cheer for them.
That's a polite way of putting that. Boost morale. Rubbing his man titties and whatnot. Ho-ho!
Yeah, they do. Yeah. It's a bit outdated, isn't it, that whole thing? But he's a heel. It makes him seem, I suppose. But yes, Kelsey Heather, she's appeared on both simultaneously, which is, it's gonna be one of those, like one of those wrestling quiz questions, isn't it, in years to come?
10 to 15 years' time. Who was the wrestler who appeared on Raw and AEW? What was it? Dark Elevation. Dark Elevation at the same time. Because of course this week's the final Raw in the Thunderdome wasn't live. Everybody, it was taped, pre-recorded. So that's how they managed to get around that one and have her appear in the same place twice. No, different places at the same time. I'm not with it today.
Now the reason is that we've mentioned Rick Rude, by the way. If anybody doesn't quite know their wrestling history, Rick Rude was the first person. He famously appeared on a live Nitro and a taped Raw.
Correct,
and he'd shaved to show that it was taped because he was he's
a
trying
scoundrel.
To stick one. Yeah, it would have been such a scoundrel. But yes, that's very interesting stuff there. Very interesting wrinkle in history. At the same time, AEW have recently announced a pair of new roster members, but not really. I'll be honest with you. When they announced this on Twitter, I thought that these men were already signed full time with AEW. It turns out not, Ross. But who are we talking about?
Let's talk about the Varsity Blondes, who, as I'm sat here, I've just got Cage Match up in front of me. Griff Garrison has had 50 televised matches for AEW across Dark Elevation, Dark, and Dynamite, and Brian Pillman Jr. has had 45 televised matches across pay-per-views and Dynamite and Dark Elevation. So to say they've earned their keep in AEW would be a bit of an understatement.
Mr. Garrison? Yeah, I quite, that was a bad Cartman impression. I think that they're really exciting. I know they're just a standard babyface tag team, but they're a deliberate throwback, I think. They're all old school and hair and rock music, and come on, get the crowd fired up.
Oh, there's a wonderful innocence to the Varsity Blondes,
yes.
And what's she called? Not Mrs. Hart.
Ms. Hart.
Not one of those Harts.
No
Julia
relation.
Hart.
Yeah, Julia Hart. Yeah.
Me Julie. That's a throwback from way back in the day. Wow, never thought Ali G and Shaggy would get mentioned there, but there we go. So yeah, just a wonderful innocence to a throwback gimmick. And yeah, Griff Garrison makes you sick, doesn't he? He's tall, he's handsome, he's got everything going, as does Brian Pillman Jr. The Dark Side of the Ring episode added to his sort of shtick as well. They've got a bright future. It is a shock to see how long it's taken to get them in there, but at least they're in there now.
I should point out there that we were saying Julia Hart, the wrestler, not Julie Hart, the ex-wife of Bret, the Hitman Hart. But no, yeah, exciting times for the Varsity Blondes. And yeah, we're both very excited to see what they'll do next. Now over to Ring of Honor, because there's a former WWE star who's helping them out backstage. And because of all the releases and stuff recently and the furloughs and all the shiftings around, I kind of forgot that this person had actually left WWE. So I was quite surprised when I saw the news in front of me. But according to Meltzer, Chris Hero, Meltzer really sassy here, by the way, as noted all day, so people should know this by now, come on, as noted all day, Chris Hero was backstage as a producer at the Ring of Honor pay-per-view show. So Chris Hero, or Cassius Ohno as he was known in WWE, of course, now seems to have landed himself a role backstage as a producer in Ring of Honor. I'm assuming they mean producer in the road agent sense, helping to put together matches and that sort of thing.
And no better man for the job there. Be out there, surely, in the world of professional wrestling than Chris Hero, because he's one of those, a savant of the Grappletons, I reckon Chris Hero is. So, yeah, a fantastic role for him. A good get for Ring of Honor.
Yeah, definitely. There was some news I was reporting on with Adam yesterday about Ring of Honor just generally, apparently, according to Fightful, I think, just reaching out to a lot of free agents recently released by WWE. And me and Adam were saying, wouldn't it be nice to see Ring of Honor have a bit of a resurgence? Because since AEW, they've kind of taken they've made it harder for every other promotion in North America, basically. So it'd be nice to see Ring of Honor.
They had their glory. This is how I see it. It's sort of not someone who's on top of Ring of Honor all the time, but they had their glory day back in the mid-noughties with Samoa Joe and CM Punk, people like that. Then they had their glory day at the start of this decade with Kevin Owens and El Generico and stuff like that. Then they had some more glory days with Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy and the Young Bucks and all that stuff. And now, go on, get your more glory days back on you. Go on, all the best. It's coming home, Ring of Honor.
That hurt.
It's in there. Oh my god.
Now let's go back over to WWE and talk about the Broken Skull sessions. There was an episode with Kevin Nash that had been scheduled for this week, but now it's going to be pushed back to the weekend, and it's going to debut after the Money in the Bank pay-per-view this coming Sunday. I don't often get excited for podcasts and stuff, but Kevin Nash on Broken Skull sessions I think will be potentially fantastic.
If they don't have a bowl of pasta waiting for Kevin Nash to sit there and breathe heavily into his microphone, they missed a trick there. Yeah, Kevin Nash is just fantastic to sit there and listen to. I could just have him read the Argos catalogue if that was still a thing, and I would be enthralled. Just listen to Kevin Nash just read that thing from cover to cover. He's fantastic.
Just looking at some kid's plastic car. Not for me, brother. Doesn't work for me. And also, finally, as we mentioned in the headlines at the start of the video, an update on the WWE Draft. This is according to Andrew Zarian, who says he's heard some changes. Previous reports said that the draft would take place on the, I hate American dates. Okay, on the 31st of August. 31st of August. The draft would take place on the 31st of August and the 3rd of September. But hearing it's getting delayed by a month. I was just told a 4th of October date. Not sure if that's night 1 or 2. So the possible dates, says Zarian there, by process of kind of elimination, are either the 1st of October, the 4th of October, or the 4th of October and the 8th of October. It's like those two dates, potentially. I hope it's on the 1st of October, because that's my birthday. So
how romantic for you, eh? But you got to wonder, who is unavailable at the end of August and the start of September, but is available at the start of October?
Oh, do you mean like a big name, like a big star?
Oh, that's got to be the reason, surely. A big, huge name returning to go to Raw or SmackDown, surely.
Could be Brock.
Becky.
Yeah, that's more like it, isn't it? Because Brock doesn't work a regular. He's
John
not a normal
Cena, The Rock, The Undertaker.
Imagine if The Rock just came back and was just another guy on the roster.
I was watching news the other day, and Jimmy Uso's situation is as horrible as it all is. Like, the reason they're keeping him on TV is because they're building to something big with The Rock, and they don't want to mess up The Rock's plans. So why not?
Potentially. But I'd like to imagine The Rock coming back, but he's like the level of like Xavier Woods or something. He's just a guy. He just comes out and has 6-man tags and stuff. But yes, do leave your thoughts and opinions on any of these stories in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. As we mentioned in the last video, Ross will be streaming tomorrow afternoon, and I'll be streaming with Owen tomorrow evening, so do check out Twitch if you are so inclined. And
pitches.
That was the thing. And because it's Money in the Bank this week, myself, Ross, and that little man, Andrew Hodkinson, will be doing 9 pitches for Money in the Bank. So do look out for that as well. I like pitches videos, but I think I especially enjoy Money in the Bank ones because you can just get a bit wacky, can't you?
God, yeah.
See you later, everyone. Bye-bye.